Hi guys, my name is Sach, Sachin, or you can call me Sach as well. I work for Anker as a senior BDM. People who don't know me, I look after Victoria and South Australia and Tasmania and South and Western Australia as well. Today's webinar are some house rules as well. So what I would cover today is commissioning and managing the X1. I know all of the industry must be really busy right now because you guys are commissioning a lot of batteries and systems already, and we just wanted to make sure we do conduct this webinar. So anyone who is actually commissioning our system, they're actually very familiar exactly what needs to be done on site. Yeah, I know it's a busy period for everyone, but thank you so much for joining. Few house rules as well, housekeeping rules. If you have any questions, please, we will try to answer as many as we can. But if you type it in the chat, if I can't answer it, Tracy or our technical team, our BDMs, will definitely answer that. If not, please do share an email or get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to answer all the questions. Cool. Let's just jump right into it. The first, all right. So with Anker SOLIX X1, we do have three different apps to make it easier for the installer and for the homeowner as well. So we do have an installer app which you can actually download it from either from Apple Store or Samsung's, where people who use the different phones, that you can actually find us on the app. Our app for the installers for commissioning is called Anker SOLIX Professional, and then you have a homeowners app as well, which is called Anker. And then there's an O&M portal, which I will cover today as well. What the O&M portal does is actually any installations which you have done on site, you can actually see all the installations under one fleet. Even if you are a retailer and you'll have subbies or sub installers who are actually doing the installation for you, I will show you how to create an account for them so they can actually any installation they do, it will come under your umbrella. All right, let's just talk about a bit more about Anker Solix. Like I said, I've already covered this one. You can use those links, the barcode. If you haven't done so already and you've got an installation coming up, please make sure you have all these three sites downloaded. But user app for the customer, but in regards to the Anker Solix Professional app and Anker and the O&M portal, any site you will be commissioning of our battery, you do need to make sure that you have a username and a password prior to going to the site, because that's really key. If you haven't got that, please make sure if you are a sub installer or a subby, you probably talk to the retailer and to sign you up under their account. But if you are a retailer yourself, and please make sure you do sign up, and our team will give you the access so you don't have any delay, which is caused by not having those details on site. Cool. Let's talk about a bit more about the Anker Solid Installer app. Like I said, really easy in regards to registration. If you could just go to the app, download Anker Solix Professional app, you just put your company details, your admin details in there. And if you are actually making an account, once your account is set up as a retailer, if you do want to set up accounts for your installer or for your technical guys, just create a sub account. You just go to new role, you put the role type in there, you put application type, app, and role name and job description, and you can create an account for your sub technical installers as well. What does this app has? The core features which I really want to cover is core functions is installing and debugging, device management, any firmware upgrade you can do from that app as well. Any system testing, once the system has been installed and everything, it does give you that sort of benefit that anything which is not installed correctly on the site during the time of commissioning, it will tell you exactly what you need to do. System testing is already included, system delivery as well. And you just set up an account for the homeowner as well, so they can have access to their installation once everything is done. Pretty comprehensive, I would say, tool for our installers. Usually take about 5 to 10 minutes to actually commission our sites. You don't have to spend too much time on the site to commission ours. This is the beauty of installing an Anker Solix, because you don't have to spend too much time in commissioning, debugging. It will tell you exactly what you need to know, but if anything is not installed properly on site. I'm just going to break it down into more steps as well. So once you logged in, you create a new system. It will be split into four different categories. You have a system build, you have a system configure, and system testing and post commissioning. I'm going to cover one by one all these four main steps. So at least you have the all the clarity that you guys need when you are on site. You go into the create system build, you just put the basic details, what system you are installing, your installer reference name, and the basic details of the customer as well, their first name, last name, email, mobile, and the location of the installation as well. It will help you to find the site going forward in the future once you look at the O&M portal, and the address of the customer as well. This will basically give all the you will have all the information of the customer, which goes into this. The next step will be system build, depending on which product you are installing as well. If you are installing our AC couple solution, you just basically choose Anker Energy Storage. In that one, you leave the inverter as a hyphen or a blank. And does the system include solar inverter? You just do no. And if you are installing our energy storage and Anker solar inverter, it will ask you, does system include solar inverter? Yes. And the inverter brand you need to choose as Anker SOLIX as well. If you are using Anker Energy Storage, which is our AC couple solution, and it's a third-party inverter, does the system include solar inverter? Yes, and the inverter brand will be other. So you have three different options depending on which system you are installing. You just choose one of the options in the system build. Step one, connect system to the device. Once you got the owner's details and everything, it's very easy. You either can let the Bluetooth detect the system automatically, or you can actually go to the next to the inverter or the battery and scan the barcode. It's as simple as that. You can manually enter as well, or let the Bluetooth detect it as well. It's pretty simple. Next one, system network. It will ask you for the customer's Wi-Fi. You have four different ways of connecting it to our system. You can either use Wi-Fi, Ethernet, 4G. Please make sure when you're using the Wi-Fi as well, it's 2.4 gigahertz as well, not the 5 gigahertz. Most of the time, we do get this issue. People do try to commission our system with the 5 gigahertz. It's not compatible with 5. Please make sure you use Wi-Fi at 2.4. And even if the customers, if you do face some issue, with the Wi-Fi as well, you can actually use an extender as well. Or in case of poor connection, you can actually use Bluetooth to perform some sort of, if it needs any upgrade as well, and by selecting the default option. Then you just do add devices depending on how many power modules you're installing. If you're installing our in parallel, how many battery modules are installing, you just refresh it. It will automatically detect all the systems which are our power module, our battery modules are there, and then you just press on next. Then it's the firmware upgrade. It will tell you if you need any firmware upgrade. Maybe the firmware is already updated, but if it does need it, it will actually ask you to update the firmware, which is because you already connected to the Wi-Fi or 4G connection already. So it's very easy to just do the firmware upgrade as well. Hardly takes, I would say, maximum probably about 10 to 15 minutes, but depending on the connection of the customer as well. But we have seen probably about 10 minutes. If a firmware upgrade is required, it will automatically start uploading it. Once you click on next, you want to make sure the meter configuration is right as well on the side. So it will actually tell you, look at the meter configuration, make sure the grid code, side meter address matches. And the next one, you just basically tap to the power on button onto the app. And then system configuration. Select the grid code. It's pretty simple. I'm sure you must be doing it with the other installations as well. Once you select the grid code, your power on the system, it will actually, the following functions are supported. So it will actually find the grid code itself, time zone, adjusting voltage and other parameters will be there as well. And you can actually configure power grid dispatch settings as well. It will enable you with all those settings in there. Commissioning 3, testing. You will be, once you've done that, you can start, once all the previous steps are done, you just click on testing and start any issues which the system will detect. It will be basically thrown here and it will tell you exactly what needs to be done to actually get that issue resolved as well. It's pretty simple. Usually it's usually the CT cables or something which has been installed in the wrong way, the system is clever enough. It is to detect the problem and tell you exactly what needs to be done on site with an error code as well. So you don't have to investigate too much onto the site when you're actually commissioning our system. And with the error code and exactly what needs to be done, it will tell you, and then you can sort it out there and then. Post commissioning, after the system has been fully commissioned, the owner existing Anker, if the owner does have an user account with Anker, it's fine. If not, then you just put the owner's email address. It will send a verification code to the homeowner and they can register. So they will have access to the app as well and they can start monitoring their system. And when installing, the customer will obviously will have the full access as well to the app, and they can decide what exactly how they want to use the app as well. After commissioning, customers can actually manually adjust them via the app, well, how they want to use their battery. Do they want to use it in uh, time of use, what time they want to charge the battery, discharge? But by default, it will come as this, but the customer will have the full flexibility of choosing exactly what they want to do with the battery. Managing and maintaining as well. So on the Anchor Professional app, you can actually monitor, you can have a look at all the parameters for the monitoring as well. After all the steps have been done, you can actually have access to the time zone and what sort of grid codes have been set. What's the DC information? What's the serial number, AC information? So everything is there for you guys to actually have a look. All right, the next one is the monitoring, signal monitoring. So once everything has been installed, it will tell you if the Wi-Fi signal is not strong enough. It will actually flag it out where it's pointed out at the moment. It tells you if it's a weaker signal for customers' Wi-Fi, and it will tell you actually what measures you can take to improve the signal as well. On the Anker user app, this is the app which the homeowner will be using as well. The data, what they can do, they can actually see exactly what the data is doing on with the system. They have a data and status view of home energy, smart management of home energy as well, like how they want to manage their batteries, and control of Anker SOLIX energy devices as well. So they may have any other Anker SOLIX as well. They may have an EV charger, which will have it in the future as well. Probably next month it will be launched, or any other Anker SOLIX product which they can have our PPS, that all can be managed by one app. It's not only for our batteries, any other Anker Solix product ranges, they all can be managed by one app. What the customer can do on the app, they can actually see exactly what the system is producing, what's charging, what's it discharging. If they're on grid or off grid, if they're running on the backup mode, they will go into on grid. If they're actually taking anything off the grid as well, it will tell you exactly what's coming from the grid in the live flow and exactly what is happening with the battery, how much battery capacity is left as well. On the battery reserve, like I said to you before as well, that will be set as a default, but the customer will have the full access to change it as well. The customer can actually toggle between bar view, chart view, and they can actually download the data as well. The data can be exported daily, weekly, monthly. So they will have the full flexibility of actually downloading data and actually seeing it monthly, daily, weekly, and yearly as well. How much saving have they done? So that will all be displayed under the Anker app. These are the modes which the customer will have the full flexibility of choosing it, exactly what they want to do with the battery. By default, it will be set as 80%, for the 80% in power and the other one, but the customer can actually choose different modes as well. They can choose actually from a time of use. It's so easy for the homeowner just by toggling between these things. It does self-explain exactly what the mode will do. So if you are going to the time of use, if you're sitting on a cheaper tariff where you want to charge the battery from the grid, it's a one-time setup. You just put your rates in there and the customer will have the battery is clever enough that they can actually decide when to charge the battery from the grid and when not. Grid charging, peak shaving, every single operation, it has a description written for the customer. Depending on what profile, what mode suits the customer the best, they can actually choose it from. We have given the full flexibility to the homeowner. They can actually choose it from there. We have a rapid battery charging as well, which is pretty common for the homeowners as well. They want to make sure they charge the battery rapidly if they're on a time of use tariff, quickly. So that actually is probably one of the most popular one, which we have it mode and customer loves that. We do have an O&M portal for you guys as well for retailers. Any installation which has been done on site and your sub installers, and even if your installers has using the access which you have provided to them, you can actually see all the installations under one portfolio. So the core functions, which I would say, which does help the retailer, is a full system monitoring. You can do preventive maintenance to your customers as well. You can tell them that you are monitoring their site. If there is any alarm on the system or something, you will get to know through this portfolio, through this platform. It will have all the system map as well. It will exactly tell you where all your installations are, every detailed view of your home, of your customer as well. You can see exactly what they're doing, charging, discharging, taking it from the grid. And you will have an upselling opportunity as well by looking at if they're exporting too much back to the grid, can actually get in touch with the customer and you can actually give them one more 5 kWh unit. Any faults which are preventive maintenance, or actually you can actually, if there's a fault on the system, you'll get to know as well. So this actually does give you some sort of a benefit that you can actually call the customer straight away if you get any fault on the system, and you can show the customer that you are actually monitoring the system. That sort of adds more benefit towards your service as well, that you're actually monitoring it, and any faults in the system can be, before even customer calls you, you can actually tell them as well. You can actually give access to your staff and colleagues through that as well. There's a permission management. Depending on what sort of a level access you want to choose, you can actually choose that from that platform as well. Full system monitoring, like I said, I'll cover these points already. You can actually have a real-time data monitoring in there, review thousands of systems by day, by week, by month, by yearly. It has all the aggregated data as well, how many installations you have done, what's the aggregated capacity you have. It can look really pretty if you want to put it on your dashboard as well, in your company screen or something. Usually people do that. I have seen bigger retailers, they're actually showing how many batteries they have done, how many installations they have done as soon as you walk to the reception, which uh, does help in bringing the more value for the company. And any system faults and everything is easy for you guys to maintain as well. And arrange your sub installers to go back to the site, and you can tell them exactly which module, if any of the modules stops working, you can tell them exactly which module is not working, so they don't have to spend too much time on site working out what is the fault on the system. And that you can see the system map as well, where you can see all your installations which have been done, exactly what the address and everything is. You can zoom in as well. You can see the system status as well. And you can tell your sub installers exactly which address to go to if they need a revisit to the site. And system defaults, like details, like I said, you can actually monitor everything in from one page: energy flow, number of faults in the system as well, number of devices you have got connected as well. You can see it's per customer view as well, and as a portfolio view as well. And for the generation, and we have quite a lot of energy dashboards where you can actually have your own dashboard as well, but it does give you that sort of a view, which actually do not have to spend customer by customer what exactly each and every customer doing, but you actually can actually have a dashboard which tells you exactly what your portfolio is doing. It is pretty powerful. We have seen a lot of retailers actually giving a lot of positive response, because this does help them in commissioning and monitoring each and every site. And this is one of the key selling point which they are using as well when they're actually selling Anker SOLIX X1, and telling them, we are monitoring your site. If any fault which does get onto the system, we will be the first one to get in touch with the customer, with you guys. So that's just adds an extra service of credibility to you guys too as a retailer. All right, I think that's it from my end. Any questions you do have, please make sure you do type it in the chat. I cannot see any questions, or maybe let me just check. But our next session is going to be on the 16th of July, and it will be on battery sizing for Australian home. Either it will be myself or Phil who will be covering this, and then the last one will be on the VPP and the DNSP certifications. We probably will have more positive news on that as well. I am okay. If any questions, I cannot see any question at the moment. I think pretty much I probably was very clear in my slide deck. But if you do have any questions, please reach out to me. This will be shared with you by email as well. And my name is, like, I will repeat my name again. My name is Sach. and you can either email me or get in touch with me. My details will be shared with the recording of this session as well. Thank you so much one more time for attending, and looking forward to work with you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.